It's your turn. There's nothing wrong. You don't owe nobody nothing. It's your turn. You shouldn't feel guilty. It's your turn. It's your time. You've blessed everybody else. You've set everybody else for success. You've compromised you for them, and look where you are. It's time for you. And don't you know that the best thing you could do for them is to be the best version of you? Don't you understand that you're not helping them by not being the best version of you? The only way you really gonna bless them is to be the best you can be.
So many people are waiting. You're waiting for things to be perfect. You're waiting for everyone to get themselves together. You're waiting for someone to invite you into the room. You're waiting for someone to give you a seat at the table. You're waiting for someone to validate your gift. You're waiting for someone to call your name. You're waiting for someone to give you the opportunity. You're waiting for everything to line up. You're waiting for all the situations to come together perfectly. And I'm telling you, you cannot wait. You got to start working right now. Depression is not waiting for you to get it together. Poverty's not waiting. Poverty's not waiting for the perfect moment, for the convenient time to get on you. No. Poverty will just roll up on you and disrupt your entire life. Fear's not waiting. Stress is not waiting. Your bills are not waiting. And if fear is not going to wait to attack you, then you can't wait to attack it.
Some of you have a problem, like you the old standard car, right? The new cars are automatic. They got the automatic starter. You just hit the button, like you don't even do the key no more. You just push the button and it starts on its own. Unfortunately, we weren't made just to start on our own. You got to find your why, and your why is what's going to start you. And so for a lot of you, you're not doing nothing because you don't have any purpose right now. You don't have a sense of purpose. You're not waking up for nobody. And I need you to get that engine. I need that drive, because you know what to do. You're the right person to do it, but you just can't seem to get out of bed. You can't seem to do what you're supposed to do. Every time you come up against a trial or a tribulation, you let it stop you. Like you don't have. The problem with most of you, you're a four-cylinder. And when you hit trials and tribulations, you can't make it up the hill. I want to help you as I leave, because people look at me and go, E, man, you passionate, you got going on. No, you listen to me very closely. The reason why you got to be the best in the world, because they treat you differently when you're not. The reason why you have to be your best version, because if you're not your best version, they treat you differently. When you're not your best version and you're not multiplying and having dominion, you got different kind of health care. Look, my wife, okay, so we go to the hospital. I know something wrong, because we sit in the room and it takes 40 minutes for them to come in. So I'm like, okay, usually it take a long time because they're trying to think of, like, how are we gonna break the news to her? So they cut the lights off. You got a screen like this. They show her brain, the image of her brain, and they take the little laser boy and put it up on the, and when I look at it, you see like 7 little spots on her brain. So I ain't no doctor. I told you I got a GED. I ain't brilliant, but I ain't dumb. I know those spots ain't supposed to be there. And so I'm talking to the doctor, and she, they going round and about. I'm like, look, man, just, what I'm saying, just keep it watching. What is this? She's like, well, we don't know if it's cancerous, but we believe that it's MS, it's multiple sclerosis. And I was like, all right, what is that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that is. Like, what is it? Is she gonna die? That's the first thing. In real, like, you don't know. Like, that's the first thing. I'm like, is she gonna die? It was like, no, it's chronic. She's gonna live with it forever. I'm like, what? Well, see, it's here, but if it get on her spine, and she's not gonna be able to walk, she could possibly not see. Like, we going over all the hookup. I'm like, all right, bet. We leave the hospital. My wife is looking at me in the hospital. My girl don't cry. The doctor asked her, like, yo, you straight? My wife, she don't move. The doctor's like, okay, good. Now, you're gonna have to take off work for about 3 or 4 months. We're gonna have to do some testing. And my girl started a teardrop. The doctor was like, whoa, I just told you had MS, you didn't cry. I just told you have to take off work. You crying. You didn't have insurance? She's like, yeah, we got insurance. But my wife's job is like her identity. So we get home, we sit down and talk. I call Moni like she got MS. I know about MS because her best friend in college got it, and she in the wheelchair, one of her arms, she has lip slurred. So I'm like, all right, it's showtime. My wife ain't there yet, so let me find out what to do. I started doing all my homework. Homework says the only thing that they know causes is stress. So I might have been like the number 10 motivational speaker at that time. Number 5, your boy going to hyperdrive. I started studying, my wife going to work again, she coming home stressed out. I'm like, oh, that's not gonna work. You're gonna have to quit. She's like, well, I don't mind quitting, but do you got enough money? Like, you got enough money for me to quit? I'm like, you know I got enough money. She's like, no, I'm not talking about for the year or 2. I'm talking about for the next 30 years. I went from the number 10, number 5 to the number 1 motivational speaker in the world. Oh, you're not hearing what I'm saying? I started getting on stage and realizing, like, yo, people's like, yo, E, why you what? You just went to a whole other level. I'm not speaking no more to entertain. I'm not speaking to help people. I'm speaking so my girl never have to go back to work again. I'm speaking so that the MS don't kill her. I got a different drive. I got a different why. I got to make this $1.8 million so my girl can quit for the rest of her life. I'm taking all gigs. Let's go, let's go, let's go.